And welcome back to the shed, folks. Baby's good. Diaper changed, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
So we're in Cardiff now. And before we get into the hockey part, I think everybody's been wondering, when you went out in Cardiff, what would your Chippy Lane order be?
Ooh. I think I'm just a fish and chips man.
There's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel
No,
bad about
absolutely
that.
not. No.
Yeah.
Chippy
No.
Lane did. There's a few pit stops at Chippy Lane on the way home.
You have to, right? It's the only way you
Of
sleep,
course.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's rude not to.
We're okay. Here's one then, as the small hockey world, and I start putting all the pieces together. So you were on the team with Deeds. So that
Yep.
means, were you on the team of the night of shame when there was some big fight and Tom Darnell's the ref? Because I had him on too. And I guess there were guys coming back out of the locker room to fight. And it was on the front page of the news.
Against Coventry.
Were you there then for that?
I was there, yeah. That was
it
interesting.
Was it as bad as it sounds?
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome. I wasn't fighting, obviously, but it was fun to watch.
Do you ever fight?
I had one fight when I was like 17 and I won, so I just retired from doing the whole fighting.
Really? Eh? That's it, eh?
Yeah,
never happened again, eh?
Nah.
Okay, so you were on that team, but yeah, so after your 47 points, then with a team like you said, you could be -5 and you get 3 points. It's okay. You get to Cardiff.
Well, it's not okay.
Well, yeah,
it's not okay. I didn't like it, but it was just a mentality.
No, that's what the mentality was. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember playing against them, and then I think it was Riley Emerson that tried to start changing that culture when he took over.
Yes, I agree. Yes, he did.
They did start playing different, but then come the second half of the season, they'd be playing with like 11 players.
So I know it always happens. Always happens.
So did you get paid? What did they actually pay you while you're there, or were they late? Like I hear about.
No, I did.
That's good.
I got paid by the team and I get paid by a sponsor as well. So like half and half. So I used to have to go and chase my wee sponsor every Tuesday for money at his shop. So but I get it. So
that's good. Okay, so then the Cardiff thing happens. I guess we kind of talked about that, but yeah, there's a lot of it's interesting, like that core of Brits that were in Cardiff for so long, like they're just dandies. You got Richie, Batchy, Pigs was there too, right?
Yeah.
And Marshy was on that team.
He was, yep. Faulkner, Blight, yeah.
Blighter ran a muck that year, eh?
Yeah, he did.
When Biz says he was the Sidney Crosby of Cardiff or whatever he says all the time, was he actually that good when he played for you guys?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I saw.
He was good.
When he was a D-man in the coast, he was really good too.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, I can't say otherwise. He was good.
Okay. Well, yeah, I remember there's a funny story about like his first night over or something. He slept in for
the bus. Yep. Slept the whole way up to Glasgow.
And then ran amok. Yeah. I remember it's a Batchy or someone told me that story. But anyways, so then after the Cardiff things happen, they make room for Richie, and then you got to go. That's disheartening after the season you had the year before. The 10 points in 17 games as a Brit. And you're saying there's games you weren't getting much ice time. That's tough to deal with, eh? So then how do you end up with Manchester Phoenix?
Tony Hand phoned me, and he just said, "Look, do you want to come and play?" I was like, "Yeah, why not? Why not?"
What arena are you playing out of? Are you playing out of like the BBT
Altrincham.
one?
No, yeah, in Altrincham, yeah. So it was fine. It was a good place to play. You know, it was a good organization, and we won the playoffs that year. So it was good to win something. Just a case of building my confidence back. Because I was hurt as well for a little bit when I went over there, and it took me a little while to get my feet back under me, but I got there eventually and had a good end of the season.
Well, getting injured sucks, right? Especially like whether it's the start of a season, the middle of a season, when you get out of the groove, you get out of the rhythm, and you're not around the guys, and then you're doing all the bullshit to try and come back. And then when you finally do come back, it's not as easy as it was, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was tough. It was a struggle, but I got there. I was lucky because when I got released from Cardiff, they had like 2 weeks off over Christmas. So I had a bit more time to recuperate and, go and meet the guys and just spend some time in Manchester.
Yeah. Okay. So then after that half season, then you signed with the Dundee Stars.
I did, yeah. I did. We won the conference that year with a good team. For
You
me, it
won
was
the
great. The first
conference, eh? Who's the coach?
Jeff Hutchins.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Player
So we
coach then.
yeah, we did, and we beat Cardiff like 8-1 the first game against them. And I was just loving it, just happy and just smiling and just enjoying myself. It was great.
Wow, that would be feel good to do that to them after the year before,
Oh,
eh?
absolutely, absolutely. I soaked all that one up for sure. That
The only part about Dundee I have issues with. I love their fans. They were very welcoming when Cardiff would come up for our 3-3 in Scotland. All the
yeah,
fans, you'd hear them get excited about it, that there's a 3-3 in Scotland that year and it ends in Dundee. Like, the fans there are very kind of like small town Ontario around here. They're very welcoming. You have your little area for the meal after the game, and then you have beers, right? With the
yeah,
fans after,
absolutely,
and everybody's relaxed. And they leave the hockey on the ice, right?
absolutely. It's a very good place. It's a nice town, nice place to play, and like you say, the fans are very nice, very welcoming. We get very good ownership, and the owners are very nice, and
Well,
they'll
the
do
only thing
anything
I was
for
gonna
you.
say is I don't like the curling rings on the ice when I'm trying to play
Well,
hockey.
yeah.
Not
Well,
professional, you know?
when it's a council run building, they have to make their money, and curling makes a lot of money for these rinks. So you have to give the good and the bad, I suppose.
Yeah, there are some curling rings up in Scotland. Eh? Big sport up there then.
Yeah, absolutely,
Mm,
absolutely.
okay. So then Dundee, you win the conference. So what kind of role you playing in Dundee then?
I was third line, second, third line. I was playing. We had a good team that year, but at the time that the league was just running three lines, so I was getting regular ice time. I'd get
Right.
some power play time, some penalty kill time. So
Three lines is
um,
way more fun than four, but now everybody's four. They want four, right? So everybody's
they
so
want
fresh
four.
and
Yeah,
giving her all the time. I was way more into the game three lines.
absolutely. I think even when you feel exhausted, you still play better than when you're sitting having a shift every 5 minutes.
For sure. You handle the puck better. Yeah, for sure. Especially as a
Hmm.
skill guy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, the Dundee thing. Speaking of their fans, and like I only got up there, I think a couple times. One time, the Cardiff Devils Red Army took my parents. They had gone
Hmm.
up to Scotland while they were there, and the Red Army took them on the fan bus to Dundee for the game, and got my parents, as they called it, Dundee Drunk. Have you heard of this?
Blackout basically.
Right. And this was on the way to the game. I don't even like, yeah, I'm not sure if the old man even saw me play that night. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he would have had fun though.
that was what was so fun about playing in Cardiff was the Red Army would take care of the parents, right? Like they
Yeah,
get Jonathan
absolutely.
Williams, shout out to you. He was the one that like set it all up and got my parents on the bus. And then like they still talk about it. They still tell the story of that night going to Dundee. And then the only other
Yeah,
time I was in Dundee, I did Shake It Off with Ben Bounds and Mike Will. They sang karaoke and I was their dancer to Shake It Off. Yeah.
yeah. You always have fun in Dundee, don't you?
So you did then for those 2 years or what?
Oh
Good
yeah.
time.
Listen. You got to, man. Like you only have one career. You got to make the most of it. You got to have fun. Like
I agree.
you can look back at it and say, "Oh, what did you do? Oh, I went to the gym every day. I didn't drink. Oh, it must be fun." Yeah, not really. Oh, you can just have fun. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There's a fine line, right? You got to be serious and you got to be able to take care of business, but you also got to be able to
Pick
enjoy
your
it, or
spots.
what's it all about, right?
Yeah, pick your spots wisely, innit?
Okay, let's get people fired up now from all the Scottish teams
Okay.
you've played for. If you were going to eat somewhere in Scotland, where are you going to go?
If I could eat somewhere.
In
Ooh.
Scotland, of all these different towns you've played in now.
I'd probably say like somewhere up in like near St Andrews, but I've not played in St Andrews to be honest with you. But for the teams I've played in, I'd probably say I'd pick somewhere in Glasgow.
What
But
restaurant?
that's see,
What kind of food are we going with here? You don't even know.
I
What
don't
is
know.
Scottish food? Is there such a thing?
Haggis, yeah, haggis.
The
Haggis.
Scotched egg.
Yeah, haggis. Haggis is really nice. I like haggis.
What's haggis?
It's like the sheep's stomach and all, like basically all the sheep, basically.
Say what, Meow?
Yeah.
Sheep's stomach? Haggis?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you you fry that up, or what do you do?
You can either fry it or boil it. One of the two, whoever floats you. Yeah, boil it as well. It's nice. It's nice.
It's the meat for the meal?
Yeah. It's like, have you ever tried black pudding?
Oh, I saw it a couple times.
It's similar to that. So you won't like haggis.
No. So it's like a pudding.
But no. Yeah, pretty much. It's nice. So it's good.
Of the sheep's stomach.
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. You like that, eh?
Mm-hmm.
What do you eat that with? What do you eat that with?
Like potatoes and turnip, or you can stuff it in chicken, or you can do lots of things with it. How about you fry up your breakfast?
You fry it up with breakfast?
Yeah, you can have it for breakfast.
I've never had it. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So anyways, the hockey stuff, I guess. 2 years at Dundee, but then you leave to go to Braehead, and the Clan were a wagon back then, right? With Finner in charge and their core of like all those dandies that have been to the shed. Mizey, Keith, Arson, Haywood, Zach Sullivan was on the team, Al Levy, right? Frank.
Yeah. They had they had the Champions League that year, so the pool of the Champions League was too much to turn down, to be honest with you.
So you played in Dundee and you got the offer in Glasgow, and you're like, I get to play in the Champions League here.
Well, I already agreed to go back to Dundee. I love Dundee, so I was already agreed to go back. And when Glasgow came and contacted me, I kind of had to do the old give Dundee the old phone call and be like, listen, look, I can't turn this down. And they understood. They
and they were okay with that.
Honesty. Yeah, they were. And to be honest, I still speak to them now. I still have a good relationship with them and the fan base in Dundee. And
they seem like good people up there.
No, they really are. They genuinely really are. But it was just for me, like that pool, and and the chance of maybe winning the league. It was just too much to turn down.
I would agree.
But in that year, like you say, we had a fantastic team. We ran into a bit of injury problems, but we could have and should have won the league, to be honest with
you. That's 2015-16. That was the year we should have won it. I guess we both should have won it both years, right?
Yeah, we could split it. We'll split it.
Instead of those gosh darn Steelers punks. Yeah. We're not even friends. But yeah, it's like they actually support the shed. They share stories on Instagram. They tweet about the shed. So thank you, Simsy and the Steelers, for supporting the shed. Devils.
I like listening. Have you had Simsy on? No.
Oh yeah, twice. He's the top scorer in the league. Both episodes are number 1 and 2.
I like. Do you know what? I like listening to Simsy. A lot of people, don't like his opinion, but I actually kind of like listening to his opinion because
I got nothing wrong with it. I got nothing wrong with his opinion so far.
He's not far from the truth. What he says, just people don't sometimes like the truth, unfortunately.
Right, and he just says it how it is so far, from what I've seen.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sometimes you can sugarcoat shit, but it's still shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I agree. He says it how it is, and he's the top scorer in the league right now. Okay. Let's see here. So Braehead, though, you go there and you guys should have won the league, whatever happens. So then is there another season with Finner? You were there 3 years?
Yeah, 2 seasons with Finner. 2 seasons with Finner. That was
so then you guys were right there for 2 years, and then the third year there's a bit of a drop off and they're kind of losing a bit of the core, right?
That's when Finner went to Manchester and took the core with him.
But like a lot of them retired too with the core, right? Mizey, Keith.
Yeah, Levy.
Bit of both.
And then we had a full new team. It just didn't work, to be honest with you, mate. The coach was a bit of, he was a good guy. Like he had his own ways, but he was just very regimented, and the guys just didn't really take to it, to be honest with you.
And he was the guy that had been in Germany a long time, right?
He had, yes, he had.
Because like the UK league is totally different than Germany. Germany, their training, their practices are different than in the UK. The whole vibe, the whole mentality, the whole thinking of what hockey is, what it's about is just a little bit different. And I could see how it might not translate.
Yeah, it didn't go down too well. For me, it was good. I was the fittest I've ever been in my life. But
I played really well in Germany the first year too, and they made me run around a track a million times, and then I hurt my knee because I ran around a track a million times.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't end too well. So
well, you had to have basically a whole new team, and that was it's kind of sad, right? Because you can see where it kind of changed for Bray. I like as a research team, you see those first 2 years and they're kind of the same guys, the same character guys that I've had at the Shed. And then that last year you're there, it's just a totally different team. And then did you guys not even make the playoffs?
No, we didn't.
Not making the playoffs with that arena in Scotland and the facilities you have in Glasgow compared to like Fife's arena is beautiful. And that's what I would want to play in, but not everybody's like me, right? A lot of people like the new shit.
No, I know it was very disappointing that year for sure, and you know that's why they made a coaching change again. It was just tough, you know.
And then the coaching change after that was is it bringing Fitzy in then?
No, Pete Russell.
Oh, and then Fitzy's after that, didn't he? He coached Bray, did he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay, so Pete Russell comes on. I can't keep up with all this stuff.
No,
I couldn't imagine being a coach, man, and what they got to go through with.
Oh, it's hard. You know, every year you don't even know if you got a job or not.
What if you have kids and a wife in the mix? Like
exactly. Yeah, you've got to support your family.
Like when you start talking about these coaches and where they've gone and where they're going, and like there ain't many of them safe.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No. Okay, so that's kind of time to leave then after that year. Everybody's got a little sour taste in their mouth after a bad year, eh?
Yeah, and Pete didn't want me to come back. He didn't want me to sign. So, you know, that's fine. Again, like he's the coach, you got to respect his decision. He doesn't want me to come back. He didn't want me to come back, you know. So I was quite fortunate that Fife were straight away on the phone and got a deal done pretty much straight away. And
you're right at home still, right?
Right at home. I didn't move, still living in Glasgow with my wife, and it was perfect. Just traveled up for practice. And
well, I try not to say too nice of things about people on here, but I think it says a lot about your character and the type of guy you are, that you've been able to continue to get jobs in the EIHL right in Scotland, and all the teams you've left wanted to keep you most of the time, but like obviously new coaches change shit, but that you can keep getting jobs right in that area is a testament to the character you are, or like the teammate you are, because there's not that many jobs. When you start talking around in your shed, there really isn't that many jobs for British guys, for imports all over Europe.
No, absolutely. I totally agree with you. And I still have a good relationship with all the fan bases, even the Dundee fans when I go back and the Glasgow fans when I go back, you know. So I've just, you know, they say that when I play for their team, like I try my best and I kind of leave it all out there. And I think a lot of fans just appreciate that. Like, if you work hard for them, they'll appreciate you.
And what you, like you say, maybe sometimes in your career you could have worked hard in the gym, but when you go out on the ice, you leave it all out there and you give her tits, right?
Well, exactly. You know what, mate? Exactly. You know, I don't look back in my career and have any regrets. Like it, and you know, everywhere I've went, you know, I've worked hard to get there. And I mean, even if I did stuff differently, but people say, oh, I wish I'd done stuff differently. Even if I did do it differently, like where would I ended up? You know what I mean? Would
it have changed that much?
No, exactly. No, it wouldn't have. So, you know, I'm glad I done what I done, had the career that I'd done, and had the lifestyle I had done.
And you're still rocking it. You're going back and
yeah.
So is it the same coach next year then, or you want to? Sorry, you said you only want to go back there, but
yeah, I think it will be. Yeah, Fife are quite settled. They're quite a loyal organization, so I think it will be. Yes.
Well, that would good. It would be great if you should be there, but if that's only place you want to go, you should still be playing for sure. What's that coach's name? Is that
Dutium? Yeah,
he's been there forever, eh?
He has. He's a really nice guy, just genuinely down to earth, really nice guy. He'll do anything for you. You know, he is Mr. Fife. You know, he's been there for so long. He's set up shop with his family there, and you know, he's just a really good guy, really honest, loyal guy. So
So have you ever
it's
had a
enjoyable.
deep fried Snickers outside that arena?
No, I tried a deep fried Mars bar once, and
Or
I
that
hit
was
one
it Mars
mouthful.
bar or Snickers? It's a Mars bar?
You can do it. You can fry anything, mate.
Right. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, it was absolutely gross. So to be honest with you, I had one mouthful and spat it back out.
Yeah, I didn't finish mine either. I was just curious because people
No.
told me I had to try it while I was there, and I was like, why did I have to try this?
Yeah, it's not worth trying.
I agree. You guys did have a good goalie though, eh? That Shane Owen this year.
Yeah, good goalie. Yeah, very good goalie.
He's been there a couple times, right?
Yeah, he got man of the match pretty much every game for us, so it kind of just tells you how our season went.
That's not good.
No, it's funny though. You can look back and laugh at it now, but yeah, no, he was a good goalie. And if they keep him for next year, you know, you've got a good starting point. You've got a good goalie behind you, so.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what else I got for you other than I think it's cool that you were like, when I started talking with the guys in my shed, like I remembered your name. I remember playing against you. And then when I look in my shed here and I got the drop in the puck at the Cardiff Devils game, and it was a James Livingston was your captain. That guy is there with Marty. And to think you were standing there on the blue line, not knowing what had really gone on. I just think it's really funny.
It's a small world, man. It's a small world.
It really is. And when you start chatting around, it gets even smaller.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
Good luck with all the diaper changing.
Yeah.
It's been great getting to know you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure, and thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. And I'm just going to go back to being a dad right now.
Well, that doesn't get shut off. You just keep doing that.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Once that tap's turned on, it's on. And this has been another episode of Zero Ales and Hockey Tales with Mac.
We can go for that.
No, what do you usually go with? Kenner? Kenzie?
I don't really have him. I don't have a nickname. I'm quite a hairy guy. People just call me like Chewbacca or something like that.
This has been another episode of Zero Ales and Hockey Tales with Chewbacca and Wally.